Yes, guys, we are finally back. We finally made it to another one, brothers and sisters. The very first out of two reactions I'll be jumping on this YouTube platform. So welcome to this here BrBpTV. Be real, be positive television, brothers and sisters. The other one will be on the Mr. Link's reaction, guys. So definitely check that link in the first comment in the comment box below a bit later on today, brothers and sisters. Big up on yourself one time for definitely being a part of these vibrations. I do appreciate every single one of you guys for being a part of these vibrations. And of course, guys, don't forget to do what? Click the thumbs up button, man. I almost swiped my finger, but don't miss the thumbs up. Click it, brothers and sisters. Click the thumbs up button and of course subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you'll be pretty much notified when I drop my videos right there and then, brothers and sisters. And of course helping the channel to grow further and further. So definitely subscribe in that regard right there. Without further ado, brothers and sisters, let us get into the vibrations for today. Of course, we've seen something rather interesting. That is, of course, the UWP program is back in action, brothers and sisters. Back in action. I definitely want to get some of these folks to come on the podcast when I actually bring it up right there, brothers and sisters. Keep in mind, the podcast, a number of persons definitely want to come in the podcast, no doubt about it. But it's just a time frame to which, you know, I get to, man, it's just a time frame. But brothers and sisters, without further ado, we have this thing happening today, April 4th. I saw it there. Yes, Thursday, April 4th, which is today at around 8 p.m. And of course, they will be live on Facebook Live. It seems. I'm guessing on the UWP platform, UWP Team Dominica's platform, and of course, they'll be on the radio on Q95 with, of course, the political leader, none other than Dr. Thompson Fountain. Is he on island, brothers and sisters? But of course, they're gonna be live with former Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Peter Carbon, which is interesting, brothers and sisters, because I think Dominica, the elevation of Dominica pretty much relies and resides in agriculture. Everything Dominica's elevation or anything that can elevate Dominica does not reside in construction, nor tourism, nor CBI, none of that stuff, brothers and sisters. When it comes down to sustainable development, for which I remember the MO News individual was trying to ask Kerrit about when he was in Calibishi, which of course he didn't want to answer, but sustainable development, the root, the basis, brothers and sisters, the foundation of Dominica's economy is rooted in agriculture. If you agree with me, brothers and sisters, let me know that in the comment box below. But this is what I believe as well. This is where you get a number of factories and a number of things to come up in medicine as well to come out when it comes down to agriculture right there. So I think that is very much important in that regard, brothers and sisters. So anyways, tune in at 8 p.m. tonight on Q95 or on the Facebook, UWP Facebook page. Should I do a reaction on that, brothers and sisters? It's interesting. You guys let me know if I should do a reaction, a live interaction reaction on it when they're speaking right there a little bit tonight, brothers. Well, it'll be around 8 p.m. So do you think I should do a live interaction on it? Of course, I'll be pretty much showcasing the same thing that you'll be watching. But should I do it, brothers and sisters? Let me know that in the comment box below. We'll probably stay about an hour and a half doing that in that regard. I pretty much have to revamp the whole thing, right? Because sometimes I'm hearing a double thing on it, so I'll revamp the whole thing. But let me know that in the comment box below, guys, so I can definitely get on that if you guys want me to do that live interaction with well, I'll be reacting to their video, their live video, so I wouldn't be on it, but I'll be reacting live to it, brothers and sisters. Let me know if you want me to do that as well in that regard. Leave that in the comment box below. Of course, they have something rather interesting that will be taking place in the where's this PT SAVANNE area, apparently, brothers and sisters. April 7th 2024 at around 3 p.m. Black Star DELICES. They have said they have 9 years of suffering, brothers and sisters. Reminds me of the infirmary of yesterday. Interesting how I say certain things and the next day I'm getting something that can pretty much relate back to what I did the previous day, brothers and sisters. Suffering for 9 years, brothers and sisters. Rather interesting right there. The Southeast Reconnection Delegation invites you, of course, to a gathering with PUL, peace, unity, and love. Of course, this is a peaceful thing that they want to have. And of course, they're asking individuals to sign the petition. You can scan this thing that you're seeing right there. Let me zoom in for you so you'll be able to scan the petition. Hey, we're in technology nowadays, brothers and sisters. Yes, I big up to the technology, massive. Scan me, and then I'm guessing you'll be able to sign the petition right there, making sure it's big enough. So those of you watching from your television, pull out your phones and start doing a scanning right there. Of course, they want individuals to scan this thing because, of course, they want to rebuild the PT SAVANNE, Dailies to PT SAVANNE bridge right there, which of course will help a number of persons, not just a school, but individuals trying to get to work. I think with the bridge there, it takes about 45 minutes to reach Roseau. Without the bridge there, it takes about 2 hours to reach Roseau, brothers and sisters. So I think it makes sense, you know, for individuals have the bridge for 9 years. People doing this, Mezami. I will never understand how this government works. Never. I don't seem to understand or fathom the understandings that they have to understand their understanding. That's crazy. Right there, brothers and sisters. Anyways, I just had to put this out for you guys right there. Also, keep in mind, brothers and sisters, something rather interesting right there. Of course, there's a notice going out to congratulate this lady in particular. Congratulations. Of course, MO News and a number of individuals have been congratulating. I just used this one right there. Of course, congratulations to Mrs. Bertilia McKenzie on her new role as a strategy and transformation leader at the Barbados Light and Power Company. Wishing her all the best as she embarks on this new journey. May her leadership bring innovation, growth, and positive change to the other organization. So obviously, brothers and sisters, this is another one who has left Dominica. Remember the labor right who was working in DBS or whichever station he was working, and he go Antigua to work in this radio station there, brothers and sisters. Well, this is another one, brothers and sisters. For those of you who don't know, she was actually in DOMLEC. Of course, this is one of the updates that we receive. Island-wide power cut is a result of insufficient generation capacity, says DOMLEC General Manager Bertilia McKenzie right there. She left Dominica, brothers and sisters, as the general manager of DOMLEC because of the frustration that she most likely was receiving. She left, brothers and sisters. She retired. She resigned from this state of, oh my goodness, and she got a job in Barbados, and of course she'll be using her skill sets right there. Of course, a number of persons have been saying there's brain drain going on in the nature of the Caribbean. Yes, there is definitely much and more to come, brothers and sisters, because I am also encouraging people to leave Dominica as well. Not for the sake of what Dominica has to offer on the basis of the nature, the air, the relaxation, none of that stuff, brothers and sisters, but for the opportunities. Because it seems like Dominica is lacking a lot of opportunities, and keep in mind, it has a lot of potential to create opportunities, but it's not utilizing any of its potentials at all, brothers and sisters, to create any opportunities, and therefore people are just going in circles. You know, like ants just going in circles. They go to work, they go home, weekend come, like a time work, nothing, and they're just working like ants. They're working like ants while scaring them in China dancing and doing all kind of foolishness with themselves on the backs of the people who will be paying their passages right there. That's very interesting and very sad at the same time. But of course, this lady has decided it's time for her to elevate beyond Dominica. And I do agree, if you have skills and talents, brothers and sisters, it's sad for me to say, but you need to go. You need, if you're trying, brothers and sisters, if I'm the beacon, you praying God, hey, what should I do? Go! I'm telling you, you need to go. That is the only way. I've seen a lot of Dominicans in Dominica who were in Dominica back in the day. So I've seen them in Dominica trying different things, and nothing, absolutely nothing, is working for them. And I've seen the same people, every single one of them, go overseas, brothers and sisters, and better themselves. They are far better than they are today. There's one I know in St. Kitts, talking about you relaxing on the beach. Relaxing on the beach, she does her thing, you know, elevating the standing for which she could not find a job in Dominica, and she even want to bring what she doing in Dominica up St. Kitts. She want to elevate. It's not just me. I remember in Thompson Fountain talking about he was looking for some person of certain a standard, you know, based off qualifications and career path. That person was in Dominica, and that person left when he called. Where are they? They're in St. Kitts, brothers and sisters. I too. All you don't understand, you know. I too, brothers and sisters. The first time I landed in St. Kitts, they wanted to put me part of the what do you call it again? The preparedness hurricane. What do you call it, that whole thing? I forget, brothers and sisters. They wanted to make me part of the emergency team right there, brothers and sisters. So there's a lot of opportunities and things outside there. Grenada is the same thing as well. St. Lucia is the same thing as well, brothers and sisters. Elevating the standing of your abilities for which Dominica does not want to use it. Go! If you have the ability to do matter of fact, apply. You're not sure if you'll get jobs overseas, apply, brothers and sisters. Already they're looking for Dominicans because they know Dominicans are hardworking people. It's just unfortunately that the opportunities are not there for the Dominicans to truly work hard and not just make salaries, but to have living wages, brothers and sisters. It's very interesting in that regard right there. So congratulations to you, my lady. I know you tried your best and you was exposing some of the things that were going on, indicating the generation capacity is needed. And DOMLEC has been making a lot of profits, and of course they have not been doing this. And then all of a sudden, we hearing that government has to rent DOMLEC. Government have to rent generator to DOMLEC when they've been making millions of dollars of profit. Make it make sense to me, because it does not make sense to me. Talking about making sense, brothers and sisters, cents and dollars. I remember this thing I did yesterday, brothers and sisters, talking about the whole drug bust thing right there. And of course, you remember, you know, people were about, you know, and drug reaching close to the Canefield airport, and police come and pick it up. Apparently the individual was one the boat they ran, and I was told that the boat was brought in to the Coast Guard, you know, and so forth and so forth. So it's interesting that we're seeing this right here. Brothers and sisters, I also remember the situation that took place in St. Joseph. Now, the worst place you would think to go and steal is in a police station, right? What about that, brothers and sisters? Stealing in a police station, you think? Well, it happening in Dominica. But what about you transferring drugs into the prison? Of course, there was a number of these. I use M News again. There's apparently a developing story at the Dominica State Prison. Stay tuned for further updates. You know what an update is, brothers and sisters? According to reports received by VNG, or VGN, whichever you want to call it, an intruder allegedly entered the prison to supply the Mary Jane to inmates. Brothers and sisters, that is, boy, I don't know. They robbed the police station. Somebody coming from the outside to go into prison. Going into prison to sell marijuana, supply marijuana, Mary Jane, to the inmates, as he had done previously. So this is not the first time. Guys, the whole system is a joke. That whole system is just a big joke. You robbing police station, you have the audacity. Up to today, they don't know who's stealing the police station. Boy, now man so brave. Man going in the prison to bring Mary Jane for man inside there. That is something. Guys, that is the audacity we got, sir. That is the audacity we, according to reports received by whoever the person gave the report. An intruder allegedly entered the prison to supply Mary Jane to inmates, as he had previously done before. However, he was pelleted while attempting to escape after being discovered. We are following up on that story. It's interesting that he entered in, brothers and sisters. He entered in, did what he had to do, and was on the way out, brothers and sisters. He was escaping. And this is not the first time he has done it. He has done it before. But of course, he was pelleted right there. I would not be shocked if this story was, and then he escaped. I would not. You know why? Because prisoners, escaping is a culture in Dominica in prison. Man is a culture in Dominica, escaping from prison, you know. Yes. I think there was 3 of them that escaped in 1 month or something like that, or something of that sort. Man, I tell you, escaping is part of the culture in Dominican prisons, you know. But apparently this one was discovered and was pelleted. Very interesting stuff right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, moving along. Of course, there's a letter to the editor, according to Dominica Breaking News right there. Letter to the editor. As a young person, I would like to know if there is anything in place for young people who suffer from depression, brothers and sisters. Because you cannot speak to anyone about these things. And I understand the sentiment right there. There are many young men and women under depression due to loss of loved ones, hardship of the country, the hardship of the country, brothers and sisters, not seen their way. Which is pretty much reiterating what I was indicating about the drug bust thing that they had, brothers and sisters. Remember when I said this? The country is not supplying much for the young people, and therefore the young people are tempted to go into certain things where they can at least make a break for themselves. Some of these young people believe, hey, I have nothing to lose, so I'm taking the chance. Yes, that's what some of them believe. I've spoken to a number of them. Hey, bro, I know what you're saying there is true, but I have nothing to lose. I remember this particular one. He is in jail right now, telling me, bro, I have nothing to lose. I might as well take the chances. Bro, do that. He escaped the first time and come back the second time to do it again. And he's inside right now, brothers and sisters. Very interesting stuff. There are many young men and women under depression due to loss of loved one, hardship of the country, not seeing their way, and sometimes depression is also caused by medication, and that's true, and so on. So I would like to know, is there a place or something that people can go and talk to someone for help? Depression is real, you know, young people. Please help us. Well, first of all, have you seek the Lord? Hallelujah. Have you seek the Creator? Your Creator, brothers and sisters. Have you sought Him out? That's the first advice I would give. The second one is, I believe that depression is real, but I also believe depression is as a result of cause and effect. If you are a person and you're saying, boy, I like my space, I don't want to do much, brothers and sisters, as understanding what the human cognition is as social entities on this world. If you lack the social entities, brothers and sisters, before I continue that right here, now let me just go, as you lack the social entity, that can affect you, brothers and sisters, because your body is not receiving the right set of things. It's not receiving the right set of interactions. It's not receiving the vitamin D from the sun. It's not receiving the oxygenation. Brothers and sisters, you know what the lungs is? Let me preach today. You know what the lungs is? Have you ever watched the structure of the lungs, brothers and sisters? And then you watch the trees, brothers and sisters. Have you seen the structure of the trees? It's rather interesting that the trees are giving off the opposite of what humans give out. So the trees give off oxygen while humans give off carbon dioxide. We breathe it in, brothers and sisters. Have you ever decided to sit under a tree and just relax? You know the kind of freshness and you know the kind of change that you get when you do these things? This is why Mother Nature is so important. Brothers and sisters, if you look at the palms and the feet, these are where the nerve endings lie, brothers and sisters. You know what something called grounding is? Earthing. There's a scientific thing that they started doing to the point where they started making bed sheets for people to lie down on earth. Yes, brothers, I know. Humans have no clue what's going on in this world. That's why you guys are here. So definitely subscribe for more vibrations. They are literally making bed sheets that connect to the you see, if you look at your outlet, you have the neutral, the live, and the earth. They are literally making bed sheets that can connect to the earth part, the grounding part of your socket, and to your bed sheet, because the bed sheets have certain wires inside of them or certain things inside them that pretty much connect back to the ground, because your earth is going to the ground in your socket. So you connect that and you put that to your sheet. They also have certain wrists. I'm gonna get a wrist one in that regard. But your nerve endings, brothers and sisters, your feet. This is why a number of persons with a lot of struggles, they tell them to walk barefoot, because your nerve endings are in your foot, brothers and sisters. It's a learning curve today that can help, brothers and sisters. That can definitely help. You need to worry about your mind, body, and soul, brothers and sisters. The body needs interaction with different people. This is how we are able to strengthen our own immune system. This is why this whole separation thing during the whole Rona situation was very, very bad. That is scientifically proven. I know what I said, you know. The human body needs interaction, brothers and sisters. That's how it gets the energy and this kind of things. You both need the yin and the yang. Chinese also have the philosophy of the yin and yang. You need the negative and positive energies for it to create balance. There's also the neutral. Anyways, I go into far, brothers and sisters. Let me leave that alone right there. But you need that. The mind also needs interaction. Need to learn things. Sometimes you wonder, why aren't you getting anywhere? Because you're not learning anything to move forward. You're just there. You're not learning anything to move forward, to better yourself in any way, shape, or form. You're just there. And you wonder why you don't go anywhere, brothers and sisters. You wonder why you're not learning any skills. You're not learning anything new. You just sit down there watching TV. And, you need the interaction, brothers and sisters. This is why a number of persons don't even know how to communicate with other people. They don't even know how to read people. Much less to read people. You don't know how to communicate with people. That's a very interesting one right there. So you also need that. You need the interaction. They don't care if you're scared or you introvert or extrovert, doesn't matter. Go out there and talk to people. First of all, I know a number of persons, especially in the United States. Second, but where should I go? Go church. That's one of the things you can do. Go to church. Whether you're talking to people, not the interaction of the other people around you will also help you. But you also have to worry about yourself, brothers and sisters. When I mentioned the body exercising helps. There's something called the dopamine effect. We know it, we're learning today. There's something called the dopamine effect, brothers and sisters. When you exercise, you also get that dopamine rush. From time to time, you get to do this, and it makes you feel better, brothers and sisters. It makes you feel much better. Keep in mind, you need negative and positives. You need to also go out there and interact with people. Hey, what's up? What you doing? Or you see somebody on the road. Good morning. How you doing? I'm okay. I'm doing fine or whatever. And sometimes you might end up in a conversation. That's all you need to say, brothers and sisters. This is why they say manners make it a man. Not true. I always tell people when they tell me, send that for me. Where your manners? Some of you know me already when it comes down to WhatsApp. Send that for me now. So where's your manners? Your mother didn't teach you lesson. Say please. Say thank you. I was telling people these things. I don't care if you older than me, you have to. No. Stop your dirty ways, brothers and sisters. Just a simple interaction. Hey, good morning. If they answer you, doesn't matter to you. At least you tell them good morning. That interaction alone, based off a subconscious level, brothers and sisters, helps you as well. So you have to worry about mind, body, and soul, brothers and sisters. You have to have connect. That's one of the best ways for you to get out of this. You go to psychology and these people, sometimes they don't even know what on earth they're saying. You know? I mean, look, let me not even get into the profession of Dominica, but I just had to point this out right there. So that's, hopefully that does help in that regard right there. But you know what doesn't help, brothers and sisters? When you go to the store, and this is a sentiment that you are getting right there.
Tell me why I bought a peanut butter at Astaphan'S today, and as I open it, on opening it, it's filled with worms, well sealed.
Is the expiration date?
And it's not expired.
Okay. I was gonna tell people. Well, that's another thing I was gonna tell people in that regard. Make sure you look at the stuff to see if it's expired or not. You know, I also look at the branding. Sometimes certain things can happen. You know, they always try their best to make sure that things can happen. But be sure, brothers and sisters, that you look at the expiration date for sure. But how do you solve a problem like this when there's worms inside of it? You bring it back for the company. That's what I would have done. Once time I went to a store and I buy a biscuit and the biscuit soft. I say, that's why I bring that back. I say, hey, your biscuit soft, we? I say yes. I opened it. That biscuit soft. I need another one or my money back. They gave me another biscuit. I say, what? The biscuit and the expiration date was intact, but the biscuit was also maybe there's some hole somewhere. When I taste the second one, same thing. I say, you know what? Look, give me back my money, please. And I get back my money. I never go and buy nothing in that store again. That's just me. But you don't have to be as extreme as me. But that's very interesting right there.
Let me see. Watch. Cobweb. Lord, how are we?
Well, you know, sometimes they don't give the best materials to Dominica, especially when, you know, there's a level of poverty. I've seen the same thing happen in New York. The things that they give to the richer neighborhoods, even though it's the same thing, peanut butter in the richer neighborhoods and peanut butter in the poorer neighborhoods, are completely different. For in fact, if you notice on the bottles that they give you to drink, brothers and sisters, you realize that they have something called 1, 2, and 3. Some of them have 1, 2, and 3. They give the worst ones to the poorer countries, and they give the best ones that they have to the richer countries or richer neighborhoods. You research if you think I'm joking. Research. It is, brothers and sisters. Moving along right there. I myself, I don't know what to tell you. I'll tell you for the expiration date. But if you cannot your expiration date and you see worms inside that, go back to the company and say, hey, you have a problem here. There's worms in my peanut butter. Bring it back for them and take your money back. Because you wanted a good product. You didn't buy no peanut butter with worms. It's not the holy peanut butter. No.
On a morning.
Yes, brothers and sisters. So this is another interesting one right there. I remember I passed when I brought somebody to the airport. I remember seeing the truck. We're gonna be talking about the dust in the area, but I remember seeing the water truck definitely doing its thing. But I don't think they have a proper schedule for this thing. Although I seen this thing wet though. I see this thing wet, but there seems to be a bit of a problem.
I just one that driving slow.
Yeah, some of these trucks, they definitely drive faster. They drive as if they run in NASCAR. Yes, man. I remember I was trying to pass one of them, and I tell you, they're taking tit for tat. Them giving tit for tat, but I'm a racer, you know. I had to show them. Don't do like that, please, brothers and sisters. I'm an expert, so leave that there.
One passing fast before you see that kind of
Yeah, some of them don't drive fast. I remember doing a video of another individual, normal local, who were driving trucks, and they were just flying up Espanyol.
Why see how the back of the truck going down there?
There's a lot of smoke.
And let me tell you, seen that from the
debris,
video
yeah.
looking so bad.
Dust.
Really dangerous for people's health, and no water in the morning time.
If be that the case, they need to definitely schedule the thing properly, at least every hour or every 30 minutes or something. We have water in Dominica for free. Go to the river and full up and come. Not that they're paying you to do that.
No water on the road. They say they have 6 trucks and they can't get the road wet in the morning.
6
Children
trucks.
going to school.
Brothers and sisters, come on. 6 trucks. Come on, or you can do better.
Have to stand by the road in
and let's say you cannot even come every 30 minutes, right, to water the road, but you schedule the time. You know, when people are literally, you know, in their houses in the area, morning times, you know, maybe afternoon time they come home for lunch, and you know, probably around 4 o'clock they come. So from time to time, you know, around that vicinity, you can probably do every 30 minutes between 6 and 8:30, or 7 or 6:30 and 8:30, around that time, you know. And then after that, every hour you come and dump water on the road, and then when lunchtime come between 11 and 1, you come back on the road again every 30 minutes, you know. Schedule the thing properly. You say I have 6 trucks, and they have that struggle still. Really, I mean, sometimes we need to be come on, people, use all your brain now. Use all your brain. How we functioning then, huh? How, Gasa? If I have to buy, people think I'll be ruling if iron fist or something, because nobody think it's just logical. Okay, you cannot come every 30 minutes for the whole day. Well, plan, you know, people are within a certain time. You know, when work starting, we know we're starting at 6:30. Well, start wetting the road at 6:37, 7:38, 8:39. You know, you do that, boom. And then, you know, every hour you come and pass the truck there just to, you know. Then when it comes on to lunchtime, you know, 11, 11:30, 12, 12:30, 1:30, around that, boom, you pass every time, wetting the road. Those people going home at around 4 o'clock, 3:34, 4:35, you wet the road, and then, you know. Come on, people. I mean, simple logic. Why do we? Yeah.
Those vehicles driving slow because they're from the area, but Galakan workers don't care.
So it's Gadakan then, not that.
Yeah. Galakan workers don't care, and some other Spanish workers. See how they're speeding up? Now water truck passing, see?
This is apparently a water truck.
They're not even wetting the road.
Maybe the water truck empty. But I remember passing, brothers and sisters. I remember the water truck was really wet in the road there. It was wet in the road like crazy when I went up there. But apparently, you know, they are not always consistent.
Around that corner down there, we have a health center, we have school, business.
So you have health centers there. So if you have asthma and these kind of things, then you go to a health center, you're in problems. I mean, come on, brothers and sisters. Let's use our brain. Let's use our brain now. Let's use what God gave us inside there now. Huh? Why are we having this thing inside and not use it? Huh? No wonder Bill Gates want to wipe out some of all you. Because all you don't use all your brain. He say, well, we protect them from natural selection, but that might be a big mistake. Use all your brain now, my goodness. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
And the road is not wet. Water truck passing up empty.
Maybe go in and get some from some water. But the road does look like it's had a little water on it there. You know, but I think they probably need to do this thing properly, man. You know, no doubt about the road does look like, you see the different colorations in the road. Look like probably water truck passed there and now it going up to fix us. I don't know. But when I see the truck passing down there, you can tell, you know, that wasn't too effective. Look at all this.
And let me tell you,
and the hospital is down there according to the uncle. So I mean, come on, people, use our brain. Let us use our brain, please. Let us use our brain. My goodness gracious. Anyways, guys, I had another thing I was gonna point out there, but that's going to take a long thing, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Hopefully tomorrow I'll bring it out in that regard right there. But what are your thoughts on this whole situation right there, man? What are your thoughts on this whole thing? Do you think that something can be done in that regard right there? What are your thoughts on this? What would you have done if the peanut butter was, you know, you saw, and there's literally some peanut butter, there's literally a thing inside there, you know, for real. What is that now? What are you doing there? I can turn it on the side. There's literally something in there, man. You can see this. You can see this. You can see this. I'm guessing this is something too, and this thing's on top there. It might be, you know. But if it's me, I would have bring that back, man. Give me my money, guys. What would you have done if this was you guys? Look at another one inside there. And then you wonder why people just get sick. Huh? And then when you get sick and you go to the hospital, you have to face smoke. All right, then. There's brothers and sisters. So I just give my advice on this, guys. What would your advice be for the young people to handle depression right there? Especially when Dominica doesn't want to be doing much for them in that regard at all. Completely abandon the youth. Completely. I remember when Scary them came in, talking about they're going to be doing so much for the youth. What has been done for the youth since Scary came in? What? Huh? Give them houses because you know they cannot build houses for themselves because you destroy the economy. What has been done for the youth? They keep talking about entrepreneurship, brothers and sisters, and entrepreneurship. Yeah, but if you understand the economic, brothers and sisters, economic of scales and spending power with the raw materials, we have the raw materials, very good. But we don't have the spending power, economies of scale not happening, so you don't see nothing going up. Opportunities doesn't lie because we're not utilizing the potential of Dominica. What do you expect to happen in the markets? Guys, what are your thoughts, guys? I already give my thoughts on that. That already, on the youth getting depressed, brothers and sisters. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this one specifically? No, this one. Yes, brothers and sisters. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts? Do you think that this is normal culture in Dominica where people can just decide, hey, even if you can arrest me or put me in prison, I go in there and if it have a sale, I go in to make my sale. How on earth you going inside prison to bring marijuana? Now, guys, keep in mind. No, I don't think, well, marijuana is now legalized, so to speak. You can have a small amount, from my understanding. You can have a small amount. I think it's 2 plants or whatever. So the question here I must ask in that regard, though, is, was that legal or illegal to do? Because if marijuana, generally speaking, is legal in Dominica when it comes down to having certain plants, you can have a number of certain plants, you know, and so forth and so forth. And you're bringing that for your friend inside, you know, jail, or for your family member inside jail or whatever. Is that illegal? But the fact that they say that he was trying to escape, that means my brother didn't come with good intentions at all. What are your thoughts on this, guys? What are your thoughts on this? And of course, give a congratulations to this lady right there. I know she tried her best in Dominica. I know she tried her very best, man, to the point where she was getting frustrated with what was going on and had to resign. Not only she, but a number of others, from my understanding, have also resigned from DOMLEC. What are your thoughts? This is pretty much all about for this here. BrBpTV. Tune in for the next one. I'm Mr. Lex Reacts, guys. If you want me to do a live interaction with this, guys, let this video reach 200 thumbs up, man. 200 thumbs up, brothers and sisters, and I do a live interaction tonight on this right there. It's about Mr. Lex once again on this BrBpTV. Tune in for the next one. I'm Mr. Lex Reacts, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Remember, guys, be real, be positive.